Hey guys, welcome to a first kind of work in progress video for this. This is actually not really going to be too much of a work in progress, but I just want to give you guys just a quick little video just to tell you my kind of initial thoughts on this. I didn't really show you guys much of the parts like in really super close detail in my unboxing video for this set, but this is again the resin dress up kit for the Master Grade Sazabi Ver.Ka from Infinite Dimension. And so yeah, I've, as you can see, started fitting some of the parts here for the head and the torso, and it's my first time working with anything resin, so I've honestly found that it's really not that different so far at this point. I mean, it's basically just cleaning up nub marks, which would just be like the resin tabs on the parts. You just have to work really slowly and carefully and clean those up really nicely. Of course, it's nice that I'm working with a resin kit that is of really high quality. That definitely helps a lot. But there is some little bits that will need more cleaning up. Obviously, they need more sanding as well. I haven't done like any extensive sanding. Some of the seam lines, or not seam lines, some of the detail panel lines and things like that, I'll just go through with a little tiny scriber and just kind of scribe those out a little bit more. But just wanted to show you guys some closer detail so you can see that all looking really nice. There's another part here for the head that fits into there that will have to be glued, so that obviously isn't in place yet, but all the parts fit together pretty nicely and they stay on there pretty well. They're a little bit loose, so like if I just touch this, like it's obviously a little bit loose there. But anyway, if you caught my live stream over the weekend while I was working on this a little bit, I was saying that I really like how it's a pretty good mix of not every single piece is a new super detailed up resin piece. So like this black part here on the top, this black part here, these red parts around the waist section. I like there's a lot of detail on the new parts, but then they do leave some of the original parts, so that I think just if every single piece was all super detailed up, it would get a little bit too busy, which would just be almost too much. But everything that's here is really nice, as you can see, like this part just falling off too. So everything fits on well, but I'll definitely just glue all these parts on when it comes to like the final process. Now, speaking of gluing parts on, there is more parts to this here. If you're wondering where you can get one of these handy things, I think you can just buy them probably on HLJ. If you just search like food takeout tray or something, you can probably find these. But here I've got some of these smaller bits. Some of these smaller pieces like this will just have to be glued on to the kit. Or you could pin them, I guess, if you want, if you don't want to do like really small pinning. These ones in particular fit like onto the top of this piece here, so you see this big flat area where there's no detail because you're meant to put these guys onto there. Now this is the one kind of biggest mold defect I've noticed on any of these parts is on this part. On the one on the left and right side, both have the same defect where these lines going all the way through, the mold got a little bit filled in there at the end, so I'll definitely have to rescribe those out a little bit. But that's pretty much the worst mold defect that I've noticed so far. You have these pieces, which are like the little vents, which will fit into the front. These definitely need to be glued in place because there's nothing to plug them into, but those will go like right there on the front of the chest. But these have no defects at all. They're very nice, really sharp vent details there, so those look quite nice. So first impression is very good. I'm not saying that this is going to be easier than I expected, but it's definitely not like super scary or anything like terrifying. Not that I was thinking it was going to be like terrifying to delve into, but I mean, this is going to be a big project. I mean, just the Master Grade Sazabi Ver.Ka kit by itself is a big project to paint and everything, and then plus doing all this is definitely going to be a big project. But now that I've got my feet wet a little bit, I'm feeling a little bit more confident about it. I'm looking forward to working on this more. In the meantime, I am still working on just finishing up the last couple steps of the Master Grade XN riser, so I just did a little bit of this, but this is just going to be put back aside now for the time being while I'm just finishing that up. But I will come back and do some more work in progress videos for you guys on this very soon, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Just short and simple. Thank you so much for watching, And let me know if you guys have any questions or any comments or anything about that down below, and I'll try to show that more in future videos. Just again, reminder that this is my first time working on any resin kits, so don't really look to me for making, like, don't say like, oh, when are you gonna make like a resin tutorial or something like that. I'm very, very, very much about as novice as you can come when it comes to this stuff, so I'm not the person you should look to for like tutorials on this. I'll show you guys my progress on this kit, but as far as any tutorials, those are a long way off from me. There's a lot online that you can check out anyway, so just do some searching. I know there's some really good ones out there on YouTube that I've watched, so I'm sure you can find them. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. See you next time. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.